Hi guys! Wanted to make a real quick video to try to troubleshoot some issues that are happening. Hold on, I'm locked out of my Chromebook. What I did here was I just picked 3 problems from DeltaMath. So I went for level 1, level 2, and level 3. And so let's take a look at just a couple of these. Hopefully this will help for the assignments if any of you are still sort of having trouble with them. So first one I got here is 12x cubed plus 17x squared plus 15x plus 6 is divided by 3x plus 2. So for this one, for the process, like all the time, when you go through and you do the polynomial long division, you still use the same steps as you would if these were just like 2 numbers. And so those steps are that we do division first, then we multiply, then we subtract, and we finish by bringing down whatever the next term is. So before I start this example, I just want to remind you, when you do polynomial long division, under here, I have to have every term represented from the leading term down to the constant. Okay, so we start off with x cubed, we end on just the 6. And so that means that I have to have x cubed, then there has to be an x squared term, an x term, and the constant. And so here you'll see that I have every term represented. If a term was missing, like let's say there was no x term, I have to put something in that spot, so I would put 0x there, and then that way I'd have all the placeholders, things would line up nicely as I completed the process. So don't forget to check for something like that when you guys are completing the problems. So on this one, when I start out the process, we're going to do the division first, and so it's 12x cubed divided by the first term out here. Now whenever you do the division step, you guys, you're only using this first term. This second term only comes into play when you do the multiplying. Okay, so 12x cubed divided by 3x is 4x squared. So then we multiply, so 4x squared times 3x is 12x cubed. 4 times 2 is positive 8x squared. Now when I subtract, I'm subtracting this entire quantity, so it's really like distributing a -1 to both terms. So this was positive 12x cubed, now it's negative. Here this was positive, it will be negative as well. So then cubes are out. 17x squared minus 8x squared is 9x squared. Bring down the positive 15x. So start over back to the division. So 9x squared divided by 3x is 3x. Multiply, and then subtract. So when I subtract again, I change both sides. So minus, minus, x squareds are gone. 15x minus 6x is 9x again. Bring down the positive 6. Now we do the division. So 9x divided by 3x. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. X divided by x is 1, so I don't have anything left to write. Multiply, 3 and 3x is 9x. 3 and 2 is 6. So then when I subtract, the signs change. X is gone. The 6's are gone, so there's a 0. There's nothing left to bring down. That means I'm finished. There's no remainder, and this would be the answer. On the next one, we have 3x cubed minus 14x squared minus x minus 20, and that's divided by x minus 5. So reminder, the steps are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down what's next. So before I begin, I'm just checking. I start off with cubed, I end on the constant, so I've got to go cube term, square term, x term, constant, so this one's good. And then I'm only looking at the x, so it's 3x cubed divided by x, that's 3x squared. Multiply, 3x cubed minus 15x squared. Subtract the quantity, so signs change. So x cubes are gone. Negative 14x squared plus 15x squared is just 1x squared. Bring down the next term. So then start all over again. So what's x squared divided by x, and that's just positive x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Subtract. X squareds are gone. Negative x plus 5x is 4x. And bring down the negative 20. 4x divided by x. 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Subtract, which changes the signs. So the x's are gone. Negative 20 plus 20 is 0. No remainder. This one's all done. And so like the answer, what I type on DeltaMath is just what you see at the top there, the quotient. And the last one. Give me just a second again. Okay, last one. 6x cubed plus 9x squared minus 17x minus 5. So all terms are represented. This is getting divided by 2x plus 5. Good, just making sure I copied that right. Okay, so here we go. Division. 6x cubed divided by 2x. So 6 divided by 2, 3. X cubed divided by x, x squared. Then we multiply. 6x cubed plus 15x squared. Now it's time to subtract. So signs change. 9x squared minus 15x squared is negative 6x squared. Bring down the negative 17x. Start over and we divide. Negative 6x squared divided by 2x is negative 3x. So now when I multiply, I'm keeping this negative with that 3. So it's going to be negative 3x times 2x. So that's a negative 6x squared. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15x. Subtract the entire quantity, which causes the signs to change. So x squared is gone. Negative 17x plus 15x is negative 2x. Bring down the negative 5. And start all over. Negative 2x divided by 2x is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2x, negative 2x. Negative 1 times 5, negative 5. Subtract, which causes the signs to change. X's are gone. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Nothing to bring down. This one is all finished as well. If you have any questions about like how the answers are supposed to be written, remember you can always look to see an example in DeltaMath, and there's this new feature now where they have video examples attached to the assignment, so you can always watch the videos that is supplied by DeltaMath. Don't forget to communicate with your teachers as you're having trouble. Try to stay on top of it, get those questions in before we get to Sunday night. So I hope this was somewhat helpful. Miss you guys, and look forward to jumping in this week as we continue to see what this remote learning is all about. Talk to you guys soon.